All right, good evening once again to everyone. Welcome again to Quad Drive. Happy weekend to everyone, sectionals. So we are here again. I think throughout the week it's been long. We had a video, so due to one or two things, but now we are back again, trying to give updates about the theory aspect as we normally do. So if you are new here, please kindly do us a favor by sharing the video. Click on the like button. Let's have your update concerning what we are sharing about. So without wasting more time, as we always know, it's about quad drive Patente in English, and we are just giving an update about this theory aspect. And I hope most of you are enjoying the videos, and also you are going up with whatever you are learning at the driving school. I think when you combine with your theory with the school and also with our that is how you are going to get quick updates and also quick uh, learning practice to go with this whole thing. So if today is your first time, please kindly do us a favor by sharing the video. Or if you like, just take your time, watch the video, and if you are okay with it, then you subscribe to the channel. Don't be in a haste to subscribe. So today we're just going to talk about Regolazione di Velocita. So okay. So that is what we are talking about here. I think the last time we talked about the semaphore, and I had almost three calls from people saying that the explanations I gave really helped them a lot because all this while they were not having much understanding about the semaphore. And okay, so if you can see my screenplay, please comment on the section. Let me know that you can see my screen. Please comment on the section. Let me know. Yeah. If you can see the screen on your phone or your tablet, anything, please let me see your comment on the section to know that you can see so that we continue the lessons for today. So today we're just going to talk about the Regolazione della Velocità. So someone will ask, is this part also part of the theory aspect of the Patente de Guida? Yes, this is also part of the Patente de Guida theory. And I can see BFAME on online, BFAME, yeah. BFAME is already having its Patente, but every time we are doing the classes, you always join us online. So he's just trying to be current and also update himself about the whole theory aspect. So if you can see on your screen, we are having a sign and also a diagram which is talking about what? Regolazione della velocità. So we're just going to what? Give the explanation about the whole diagram and what is going to what is being written under this Regolazione della velocità. When you talk of Regolazione della velocità, because what we are doing here is we are just explaining it to the English aspect. So we're just going to take it one by one so that you will understand it. When you talk of regolazione della velocità, it's simply talking about what? The regulation of your what? Your velocity, which is your speed limit. The regulation of your speed limit. You know, every road has its speed limit, and every road have its what? Speed that you have to what? Abide with. in Centro Habitat, which is the centro that the city we normally have, Chiquanta, which is 50 kilometers per hour. That is Chiquanta kilometers per hour. And some areas we have 30 kilometers per hour, which is most of the places that is what crowded, and mostly the place that are what that is the centro that is what being occupied most of the time is 30. And even most places they have 30 limited being what on the street, on the floor, and also with the sign at the side of the road. So today the part of the theory is talking about Regolazione della Velocità. And you can see the car here, which is having the first what written beside the car talking about the what the limit. The limit. So when you talk of the limit, that means what the limit of what the velocity. So the time that you are going to what regulate, or you are going to reduce or look at your velocity in the form of what reducing it, or what going by what it is what being what looking up for you to do is when the speed limit is what being positioned at the side of the road. And even if it is not positioned at the side of the road, you have to look or know the kind of velocity or the kind of speed that you have to what you have to go. You cannot be driving 100 kilometers or 100 kilometers per hour when you are in the city, which is being what used 50 kilometers per hour. So in terms of what the speed limit being placed at the side of the road, you have to reduce your velocity according to what the type of what number that has been placed at the side of the road. In terms of Velocita, which is Strada Extra Urbane, which is Velocita, traveling from your city to the next city, we have two types of road in Italy here, and the high road is called Autostrada, and the normal road is called what Extra Urbane, which is what normally 70 and 90 kilometers per hour. From your city to the next city, you can have the normal road, which is 70 kilometers per hour. And in some places, you can also have 90. The places that normally you can have the 90 is being what regulated in a way of what looking similar to the Autostrada. So in this kind of road, normally they have two going and two coming. That is when you are going to what you are going to have the feel of the Autostrada, but that one is just 90 and 70 that most of the time you are going to see. There are places you will see 70, there are places you will see 90. So in terms of the speed limit being placed at the side of the road, you have to regulate your velocity according to what you have been assigned with. There are places that if you are going and you don't look at the sign of the speed limit there, you are going to overdue the speed limit, which at the end you are going to receive a multa at your house or wherever your address is. So first of all, you have to regulate the velocity in terms of the speed limit, which is being placed at that particular point. And the second one is talking about what condizione psychophysiche, right? Condizione psychophysiche, like that means the condition of the one who is also driving the car. For example, if you are going for the theory exams, you have to go and do an eye test for the first time. You will do an eye test. In this eye test, you are going to be given a glasses or a text in a form of representing you to know that your eyes are good for driving or the eyes are not good. If the eyes are not good, you are not restricted from driving, but you are going to be given a tag that will be indicated on your driving license, which will allow you to drive anytime you are driving with a glasses. So if you are going out without a glasses and you are driving, you are going to be given a multa when you are stopped by the police. So the speed limit is going to be regulated looking to the your health condition. If you are having an eye problem and you are driving, you don't expect to be going to the speed limit of someone who is normal person without eye problem. So first of all, also, as you are you are looking to the speed limit that is being placed at the side of the road, at the side of the road. The second thing you have to also know is you have to go with the condition of the person who is driving or the condition of the driver. If, for example, you are having maybe you are a disability with one leg not working, or maybe you are a disability person with one hand not working, and you are driving with this your one hand, you don't expect to be going at the speed which a normal person with two hands and normal two legs driving to go. So the places or the times that you have to reduce your velocity is first the speed limit being placed at the side of the road, which is what the limit of the road. That is when you are going to regulate your velocity. Second, also is about what the condition of the driver or the condition of the condition that is being driving the car at that particular type. And the next thing that you are going to also what look to reduce your velocity, or the next thing that you have to consider in reducing your velocity is what? Carico della vehicle. Carico della vehicle. When you talk of carico della vehicle, it is talking about what? The carico, or the things that the car has contained. Let's take, for example, if you are traveling for holidays and you are having your mini car and you have placed some things, some cargo or some loads at the top of the car, and you have placed some loads at the back of the car containing people, you know, is like it's above the carico of the car. You have to drive in a normal velocity, and you have to regulate your velocity in terms of what? Driving. You cannot be driving whilst you have loaded the car with many things and you are going to the speed limit which has been given unto you at the side of the road. So you have to regulate your velocity in terms of what? The loads that you have in the car. That is what? First, the carico della vehicle. If you are driving a bigger car, or if you are having a big car, which is this long cars, and you have loaded many things, your speed shouldn't be as a car which is empty car on the street going. Or if you are having a normal mini car with what? 5 people or 5 people with things in it, you have to reduce, or we have to know the speed that you are going to go. Because if you are going high speed as the car is being loaded, it can also turn to another thing. And that is what? Carico della vehicle. And this is what all in terms of what? The reducing of your velocity, or the regulation of your velocity in terms of what? Driving at this basis of what? The Patente de Guida. So you have first the limit, second the condition of the driver, third and also we have the characteristic della vehicle. The characteristic della vehicle. For example, the characteristic of the vehicle is talking about what? Car for what? Human beings or passengers car to load people. This 5-seat car that we have, autovettura, and you have loaded things on the car, which so it shouldn't be what? A cargo car or a car to load things. Okay, fine. You have loaded the things, because sometimes you are allowed to put what? Carrier on the car to what? To load things on the car. So if you have put that carrier, or your car is having a carrier which you have loaded things on it, it is not that your car is being allowed to use as what? This transport means, but as you have loaded, you have to know the characteristic of the car. That means what? The condition of the car also. The condition of the car. When you talk of characteristics, like the things concerning the car, there's like if the car is having what about what? One, the type of the car, your mirror. You can also talk about what? Your side mirror, because driving is all about the side mirror. So if your side mirror are not working or your side mirror are broken, you don't need to also what? Speed, or you have to regulate your velocity, because as you are going on the street, you are what? You are not complete on the street. So you have to what? Reduce your what? Your velocity in terms of regulating them. So the characteristics of the car, which is the conditions of the car, the condition of the driver, the limit of the speed limit on the street, and the what? The load of the car are also being categorized or being put in place of what? reducing your what? Your velocity in terms of what? Driving. Once again, if you are new here, just please do us a favor by sharing the video and also like the button. Keep your comment coming. Let's know if you can hear me clearly and you can see the screen on your phone also. So the next part of what? The Regolazione della Velocità is also talking about what? The luoghi e le caratteristiche della what? Strada. The luoghi e le caratteristiche della strada. This is talking about what? The type of what? Road that you are having. And where the road is what? Being placed. First of all, you can have a normal road in town, which is what? Having a 50 kilometers per hour. That doesn't talk about that you can go the 50 kilometers by 50 kilometers by hour at the speed limit, whilst people are even crowded in that particular road or being crowded in that particular area. So you look to the what? The luoghi at where the place that the road is and the type of road that you are also what? Using. So these are all being what? Being put in place to what? To know that you are going to what? Reduce your velocity in terms of what? In terms of what? Driving. So when you talk of what? Regolazione, the what? The velocity. The place that the road is, first, the place that the road is and the characteristic of the road. If the road is in the city and you are being placed 50 kilometers, you have to regulate your velocity in terms of 50 kilometers. You cannot go 50 kilometers on the autostrada. You cannot go 50 kilometers in the normal tangentially, which is also having what? 110 in terms of speed limits and 90 kilometers sometimes also. So you have to reduce the velocity or regulate your velocity in this kind of what? Category. So the next type of what? Point that you have to consider in terms of what? Regulating your velocity or controlling your velocity is what? The Conditional Destrada. The Conditional Destrada. Let's take, for example, you are driving for Wichita. First, there is no street light at that place. Second, the road is not in a good shape. We have what? We have some road is what? Strada deformata. When you talk of strada deformata, the road that is having crooked also. So the condition of the road will determine the kind of velocity that you have to go as a driver. Have it in point that the condition of the road will also determine the kind of velocity that you have to what? Go as a driver. So the Conditional Destrada, if the strada is what? Not good, you have to reduce the velocity in terms of driving. And you have to regulate your velocity also in terms of what? Driving. The Conditional Destrada. The Conditional Destrada. If it is raining, you have to also what? Know how to go by it. That is also part of it. We are coming down to also explain it. And the next point here, if you just join us, please, what we are learning today is what? Regolazione della Velocità. Like the regulation of what? Your velocity as a driver. It's also part of the theory aspect of the Patente de Guida. So if you are new here, this is what we are here doing. It's a family that we are joining hands together to learn about the theory aspect of the Patente de Guida in terms of what? Translating it from English to Italy, or from Italy to English, for you to get a quick understanding and also know many things on the street as you are going. Even if you are not a driver, there are some things you have to know on the street. In terms when you are in a car with somebody and he's going astray with the what? The rules and regulation, you can also what? Question the person or also prompt the person for you not to all be in what? Danger. So let's quickly go down again. The next condition that, or the next thing that you have to what? Look to regulate the velocity of the what? The car also is what? The Conditional Traffico. What is Conditional Traffico? Conditional Traffico is talking about what? The movement of the cars on the road. For example, if you are driving and the cars are not moving, you don't need to be what? Clicking your horn, pom, pom, ping, pom, in the sense of what? Reducing what? Or distracting the what? The drivers, and also distracting the what? the environment, because if the condition of the road is not good, there will be a traffic, and the conditioner of the road, which is the conditioner traffic of the road, will also generate to the regulation of what your velocity. If the road is having a traffic, all you have to do is what? Start slowing down in terms of what? Driving towards that particular road. So if you are talking about regulation of what? Velocity, traffic on the road also talks about the regulation of what? The velocity. So you cannot be speeding whilst there is a traffic on the road. Have it in mind, when there is a traffic, what you have to know is the front is not clear or the front is not good. That is why you have to what? Have a wait for the cars to move before you also what? Keep on moving. So we quickly going back down again to what? The next part of the regulation de Velocita, which is talking about what? Non-constituere pericolo. Non-constituere pericolo. Like, you don't need to what? Make a move that will cause what? Velocity. Cause an accident or cause danger. That is why we what? We regulate the velocity. We don't have a good driver. No one is a good driver. There is no perfect driver. A perfect driver is someone who will go out with a car and return back safely by the grace of God. That is what? The perfect driver that we have. You can know everything about the driving. You can know every part of the car, but a small mistake can what? Lead to losing of your life or losing of what? The souls in the car. So whenever you are in a car driving and you are not alone, have it in mind that the people in the car, their life is in the driver, or the lives of the people are in your hands at the moment that you spark the car to move. So you have to regulate the velocity in terms of causing danger on the road or causing danger to the people in the what? In beside you, or the people on the road going with you. People in the car are to be considered also. So we regulate the velocity in this kind of what? Condition, to not cause danger or cause harm on the street as driving. Because there are times that there are things going to happen. There are some accidents that happen on the road. If the velocity is being regulated, it is not going to what? To be messed up, or it is not going to be what? Higher in terms of what? Driving. So you have to what? To regulate the velocity in terms of what? This condition. And the next part also is talking about what? Non constituere disordine per circolazione. Non constituere disordine per circolazione. Not what? Giving disordine, like disarranging of car, like disordine on the road. If you are speeding or you don't regulate the velocity, you can what? You can be speeding and be moving anyhow on the street, which is going to cause disordinate on the road. So when you are regulating the velocity, it also help you to what? To know or to be stable on the road in terms of what? Driving. So we regulate the car velocity not because of anything, but also because of what? Regulating it to what? To have a stable what? Driving on the road. That is what we are talking about. Regolazione di what? The velocità. So that is also part of what? The theory that we are talking about. And the last part, which will bring us to the end of our today lesson, is talking about what? Condizioni atmosferiche o ambientali. Condizioni atmosferiche o ambientali. Let me explain this one to you guys. This condizione di what? Atmosphere is talking about what? The condition of the road in terms of what? Weather change. There are times that there is what? There is dew. This type of season that we are now. When you come out in the morning, you are not seeing anything on the road. Most of the drivers know what I'm talking about, or most of the people who normally move in the morning, early morning, 5 days to work, they normally know what we are talking about. So the atmosphere of the road or the condition of the weather also talks about what? The regulating of what? Your velocity. If weather is not good, you have to know the kind of speed that you are going on the street, and you also have to what? Regulate your speed limit in terms of what? Driving. So when we are talking about what? Regolazione di what? Velocità, it's also talking about what? The atmosphere of what? The road in terms of also what? Driving. So this is also part of what? de regolazione di what? Velocità su strada. So with all these conditions here, first the limit, second the condition, the condition of the driver, which is the like the health of the driver, also talking about the regulation of the what, the speed, and the condition of the strada, condition of the traffic, condition of the car loading, all together called what? Ridurare la velocità in base a. Ridurare la velocità in base a. That means reducing the velocity in terms of all these conditions. So, guys, this is what we have for today. I don't know if anyone will have any question to ask. You can just ask the question through the number on your screen. You can WhatsApp me privately and ask me anything you don't understand about the explanations that I've given today. And if you are new watching our videos, all I need from you is just the support to share these videos to others and also let them know what we are spreading across in the theory aspect of the patented breeder. Without wasting my time, we are going to what? Answer some few questions here, just some few questions to run up with our lessons for today. So keep waiting. Let's what, answer the questions quickly, then we go. Okay, so this is a question that we are having here on your screen. If you can see on your screen, please let me know if you can see on your screen. The question is saying that la velocità deve essere, when you talk of deve, it's like it is must, deve essere particolarmente moderata nella traiettoria. La velocità deve essere particolarmente moderata nella traiettoria. It is vero. See, because when we talk of traiettoria, that means there's the road which is being what? Being small or being stretched, like small road or roads which are not large. So when the road is small or the road is very small for movement of two or double cars, you have to what? Reduce your velocity. Or in terms of curva or in terms of curve, you have to what? Reduce your velocity as the road is small. So la velocità deve essere particolarmente moderata nella traiettoria. So the question here is what? Vero. The second question is saying that quando si viaggia per la file parallele è possibile che nella corsia destra si circolare a una velocità superiore a quella di sinistra. A destra superiore a quella di what? Sinistra. It is not true, because when both of you are driving in the same way, the velocity is not being regulated in terms of the road that you are using. The velocity is being placed at the side of the road to consider for all the drivers who are what? Using that particular lane. So if 4 cars or 2 lanes are going, 2 lanes are coming, the velocity is the same. Only on the autostrada that you will see that they have positioned the speed limit according to the lanes that you have to use. So if you are not speeding, most of the time you have to be on the first lane. If you are not speeding higher again, you have to be in the middle lane. And the third lane is what? For overtaking. Once you do overtaking, you can be in the middle lane, which is the normal lane, or be at the first lane, which is when you are what? Trying to move from the autostrada to what? To the place that you are going to do your pedaggio or the payment at the autostrada. So this one is what? Falso. E limite di velocità sull'autostrada per coloro che hanno conseguito la patente di meno di 3 anni è di 110 km per ora. So who is going to answer this question for us? It says that the limit di velocità, the what? Driver who has taken patente di guida for not less than almeno, when you talk of almeno, less than 3 anni, almeno. So it is less than 3 anni, and it says that if you have taken driving license for less than 3 years, the speed limit for you to go at the autostrada is what? 110. And the question here is what? Vero. Because if you take your driving license for the first time, your speed limit shouldn't be what? Be higher on the autostrada as 130 kilometers per hour, but it should be what? It should be less on the autostrada. So let's go to the next. So we have again here another question quickly before our time runs up. And it says that nel caso in cui a una passaggio livello ci si trova ancora su binario con il proprio veicolo, quando le barriere cominciano a chiudersi, se si sta trenando un rimorchio occorre sganciarlo rapidamente e abbandonare sul binario per salvare almeno la mototrice. Nel caso in cui una passaggio livello, the passaggio livello is the place that they have the barrier closing and what? Opening. When it close, the cars have to stop at the side of the road for the train to pass. That is passaggio livello. And the question is saying that in cui trova ancora su binario, when you ferm, like when you stop on the binary, that is when your car get problem on the binario. Col proprio veicolo quando la barriera cominciano a chiudersi. Se si sta trenando un rimorchio, if you are what? You are having a rimorchio, if you are having that rimorchio that they normally connect at the back of the car, if you are having it at the back of your car, occorre sganciarlo rapidamente per abbandonare sul binario per salvare almeno la mototrice. This is what falso. It's talking about what? If you are driving and you are having a rimorchio at your back, and the car stop on the road, or the car is on the road going, and it is crossing the binary, and the passaggio di livello, the barrier start to close, you have to what? Quickly leave the rimorchio and go away with your car to save your car and leave the rimorchio. No, it is falso. It is not vero, but rather falso. Let's take this last question, then we end our class for today. It says that obbligatorio ridurre la velocità all'occorrenza fermarsi in corrispondenza da passi carabile. Passi carabile. What is passi carabile? Passi carabile is the sign that they normally put at the what? The private entrance gate. In places that you will see that they have put a red circle with a blue line in it, and it's talking about what? Passo carabile. That means you are not allowed to what? Enter that particular place, but it is rather what? For what? A private use. Private use. People, private what? Entrance. And you are not allowed to park your car in front of that passo carabile, but you are rather allowed to stop to shame somebody, but you are not allowed to stop your car and leave it and come back later that you are coming for it. If you do so, your car is going to do what? To be taken, or you will be given a multa at the end of what? You're leaving the car there. So that is what we bring to you today. I think those who joined us previously have learned something today. And God bless everyone who has taken his time, spend his time, and also watch our videos and also share the videos to others. I really appreciate your effort. And I believe the more you share and the more you keep watching the videos and also giving the update to your friends, that will also motivate me also to bring you more updates about this patented breeder. To me, my wish and my will is that everyone here as a black have the good movement and also have the free movement as you are working with your patented breeder, and also move with your family peacefully. Thanks once again. See you again within the week and have you again in another time. God bless you and have a wonderful week in advance. Stay blessed. See you again. Ciao.